In the Buu saga, we were introduced to the Supreme Kai, who was the Kai above King Kai. At that point in time, we never knew about the God of Destructions or angels. In that same arc, we saw Goku threaten the Supreme Kai to let him fight Vegeta. However, what if Goku actually went through with killing the Supreme Kai to fight Vegeta? What if Shin actually decided to stand up to Goku? That's what we are going to be covering today in What If Goku Killed the Supreme Kai. This story will start in the Buu saga. Things went basically the same until Vegeta became Majin Vegeta, and everyone was teleported to the World Martial Arts Tournament arena. Goku will still decide to fight Vegeta, however, Shin will stand in Goku's way, saying they can't do this, they need to defeat Majin Buu. However, Goku will power up a Ki Blast, aimed towards the Supreme Kai. Shin will tell Goku that he has no choice but to get in the way of this match, and Goku will say, so be it. Shin will be shocked as he sees Goku's hand in his face. Shin will tell Goku that he won't, but Goku will end up firing the attack at Shin, killing him right there, shocking everyone. Gohan and Vegeta will yell at Goku, telling him that he's insane. He just killed the Supreme Kai. But Goku will tell Vegeta, now they can fight with no interruptions. Vegeta will be reluctant, being caught off guard by Goku's actions, but Vegeta agrees. So with that, Vegeta and Goku fights just like in canon, and Vegeta still defeats Goku. While this happens, Gohan goes to fight Majin Buu, who was still awakened. However, in this timeline, Shin died against Goku, so Gohan is fighting Buu alone. And this goes bad for Gohan, as Buu just defeats Gohan with ease, making him revert back to base. Buu will walk up to Gohan, but Gohan knows he can't give up, as he powers up again into his Super Saiyan 2 form, rushing at Buu, but the Majin will fire an attack at Gohan. The Saiyan will try to overpower the attack, but Gohan was just overwhelmed, as he's engulfed by the attack and dies. Vegeta will arrive as this happens, and will be enraged to hear of Gohan's death. So Vegeta will battle Majin Buu, just like canon, and Buu will defeat Vegeta with ease. However, Vegeta ends up powering up his final explosion, and he blows himself up to try to defeat Majin Buu. However, as we all know, that is not the case, and Buu ends up regenerating. Goku will end up recovering, and he will teleport to the lookout, and tells everyone about Gohan and Vegeta's deaths. And in this timeline, Goku is actually correct saying this. However, this is when Bulma and the others decide to summon Shenron to revive all of the good people killed because of Babidi and his men, and this includes Kibito, Gohan, and the Supreme Kai. Soon Kibito does find Shin, and Kibito will ask the Supreme Kai what happened, and Shin will tell Kibito what happened. And this will enrage Kibito, as he tells God that they shouldn't have ever trusted immortals. The Supreme Kai will just tell Kibito that they just have to retreat and think of a new plan. So with that, Shin and Kibito returns to the Supreme Kai's world. On a long-away planet, the god of destruction of Universe 7, Lord Beerus, was revived from this wish on the Dragon Balls as well. He was shocked for a moment, but Beerus will find out that Shin ended up dying, and in the process that killed him. So Beerus will tell his angel attendant Whis that they should make their way to the Supreme Kai's world, and Whis will agree. So with that, Beerus and Whis will arrive on the Supreme Kai's world, and Beerus will yell at Shin, asking him what did he think that he was doing, getting himself killed. That also caused his life. Shin will apologize to Beerus, telling him that he was trying to stop the ancient evil called Majin Buu. However, that didn't really go well, and it led to him getting killed by a Saiyan. Beerus will tell Shin to wait. Did he say that he was killed by a Saiyan? And Shin will say yes. It was really an accident. He wanted to get in the way of the mortals and stop them from fighting. However, that just put him at risk, and his life was taken by the Saiyan Son Goku. However, it does look like he was revived by the Dragon Balls, so that Saiyan isn't a bad person. This will catch Beerus' interest. He's had a dream of some Saiyan. No, not a dirty dream. It was a dream of him fighting a Saiyan. However, he had some red hair. He doesn't know what the form was called. A Super Saiyan Blue? A Beast? Maybe? No? It was a Super Saiyan God, Beerus says, remembering the name of the Saiyan transformation he was fighting. Beerus will ask Shin, where is this Majin Buu and the Saiyans? And Shin will tell Beerus that the Saiyans are on the planet Earth, and Beerus will say, good. Shin will take them there, and Shin will reluctantly agree, teleporting Beerus and Whis to Earth. And on Earth, Goku is fighting Fat Boo with his brand new Super Saiyan 3 transformation. Beerus will sense this mortal level of power, so Beerus will go to the battlefield and he'll see Goku powered down and say that he'll fight Majin Buu later. But Beerus will tell Goku that won't be necessary. Goku will be shocked to see Beerus, asking if he is another minion of Babidi. But Beerus will tell Goku, of course not, he's way too strong for that. He'll then blitz into Goku's face, making him fly back a bit, and Beerus will tell Goku that he'll deal with him later. However, he'll deal with Majin Buu first, so Beerus will look to Majin Buu and Babidi. Beerus will tell Buu, so he must be the Majin Buu he heard of. Babidi will laugh, asking who does Beerus think he is. Babidi will decide to try and turn Beerus into a Majin. But Beerus will notice Babidi getting in his head, so Beerus will look to Babidi before using a Kai and destroying him. Goku will feel the pressure from the attack and see Babidi just turn into dust. Goku will fly back in shock and fear, wondering what is going on. Beerus' eyes will now set on Majin Buu, saying that he is the reason why he died for a short amount of time in the first place. If Buu never existed, Babidi wouldn't be seeking to revive him, and that Saiyan wouldn't have killed the Supreme Kai. Goku would be confused, wondering what is Beerus saying. But Goku will remember when he killed the Supreme Kai. He was going to revive him with the Dragon Balls anyways. That was the plan, since they were going to use it anyway, to revive everybody that was killed by Vegeta at the tournament. But because of his wrong actions, he might have awakened the person that might actually be able to kill them all without them being able to do anything at all. Beerus will tell Buu to fight him, show him all of his power, before he decides to erase him. Buu will agree, firing an attack at Beerus, but the god will deflect it with a nail, asking the Majin if that's all he got. The Majin will be shocked, but Buu would yell, "Buu, kill you," as he rushes at Beerus, trying to hit the god. But the god will dodge all the attacks, unfazed by any of Buu's attacks. And this will get Buu even more enraged. How dare this god make a fool out of him? But this whole time, Beerus will just have a smirk on his face, just toying with the Majin, who's not even worth his time. Beerus will ask Buu if he's done, but Buu will say no, so Beerus will say fine. He guesses it's his turn, as he uses his aura to push back the Majin. Beerus will then appear in front of Buu and punch the Majin in the face, before grabbing his antenna and throwing him to the ground. Buu will struggle to get up, and Beerus will slowly fly down, asking Buu if he's done. But the Majin will say no. Buu, not done. Buu, kill you. Turn you into candy. But Beerus would keep a smirk on his face as he blows the candy beam back at Buu. The Majin will yell as he's turned into candy. Beerus will walk up to the candy and will say that the Majin had quite the technique, being able to turn anything into candy. He wishes he knew that technique because he loves candy and food as a whole. Beerus will pick up the Buu cookie and eat the Majin, and because Beerus is a god, the candy doesn't affect Beerus at all. So all Buu was, for Beerus, was a snack. Beerus will then ask himself, now where was he? And Beerus will say, oh, before looking to Goku, who's shocked by what he just witnessed. Beerus will blitz Goku, saying, so he was the one who killed the Supreme Kai. Goku will tell Beerus that he apologizes. He didn't mean any harm, really. His intention was always to revive Shin, and that did happen. He's not a heartless killer. Beerus will flick Goku's forehead, sending him flying, before Beerus sends Goku to the ground, knocking him out. Goku will shortly recover, and Beerus will tell Goku that he knows his intentions are pure. However, he did put his life at risk, so he did have to get his revenge somehow. This is then when Beerus remembers what he dreamt of, the Super Saiyan God. Beerus would ask Goku if he knows anything about the Super Saiyan God, but Goku will tell Beerus that he doesn't know anything about it. Beerus will tell Goku that that's too bad. He didn't want to destroy the planet, but Goku would tell Beerus to hold on. He can use the Dragon Balls to wax about the Super Saiyan God, and this will get Beerus' attention. So Beerus will say okay, and with that, Goku and Beerus will teleport to Namek, and Goku will tell Mori about what's happening. And Mori will tell Goku that they don't need to ask Porunga. He just has to check the Namekian Book of Legends. Beerus will say yeah, just get to it. And since Mori knows about Beerus, he decides to quickly check the Namekian Book of Legends, and it will say that a ritual or training with a god can unlock the Super Saiyan God power within a Saiyan. Goku will tell Beerus that it's impossible to do the ritual, because there's only 4 Saiyans alive, him, his sons, and the son of Vegeta. And Beerus will be irritated, but he remembers that the book said that the Saiyan can also train to obtain the power of a Super Saiyan God. And Beerus will tell Goku that he'll make a deal with him. And Goku asks Beerus, what is that deal? And Beerus will tell Goku he'll forgive him for accidentally killing him if in 4 years of training with his angel attendant Whis, who is also his master, to obtain the Super Saiyan God, if he's able to unlock the Super Saiyan God form in that time, he will forgive him. However, if Goku fails, and he's unable to attain the Super Saiyan God form in that period of time he gives him to unlock the power during training, then he'll die, and he'll blow up the planet Earth. Goku will have a stern look on his face, before saying that he takes Beerus up on this offer. He'll become the Super Saiyan God for Beerus, and give him the best battle he's ever had. Beerus will smile and give Whis a nod, and the angel will tap his staff, and Goku will be revived by Whis, shocking the Saiyan. But he'll be glad that he's back, because he's now going into a new realm of power. But that is where we are going to be leaving it off for right now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a like, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed the content. It'll only motivate me to continue doing more content. And if you ever wonder what I've done by me, if anything isn't clear in the video or in the explanation, or I just messed up on the story of Dragon Ball, then leave a comment down below. But with all that said, I'll see you all in the next video. See ya, and until we meet again.